When you're making videos on your own, you can feel like you don't have enough hands to get everything done. Sometimes it'd be much easier if there was two of you for planning ideas, setting up shots, and staying on track. The reality is, like most people on YouTube,
you do everything by yourself.
But it doesn't have to be so hard. When I decided to go freelance and start my YouTube channel, all of my ideas were organised through Apple Notes, Pages, and a paper journal. But about a year into my new career, a friend of mine recommended Notion. And since then, I've opened it every single day. So I'm happy to say that they are sponsoring today's video. I just found this video from 4 years ago when I used to make productivity videos on YouTube.
Notion has completely changed the way that I approach any task, be that professional, personal, or otherwise. It's amazing. I love Notion.
Watching that back, I've been using Notion for 5 years. Crazy. I've definitely converted a few creators and a few non-creators to Notion over these 5 years. So I want to share with you the most important process that I use in Notion for creating my YouTube videos from start to shooting. Obviously you can't edit videos in Notion. Yet. No, you can't. Yet. Notion isn't just useful for making videos, you can use this to organise any aspect of your life, from daily to-do lists, to habit tracking, to writing recipes, to making financial decisions. For me, as a creative person who is a one-person show, it's perfect for keeping all of my ideas organised so that even on the bad days, I have Notion to fall back on to get things done. The app is very customisable, so once you're used to the commands and how to create certain blocks, you can go into any new page and design it exactly as you need. And if you like the design you've made, you can then save this as a template and use it for later, which is what I like to do for YouTube videos. My videos all live here in the filming forest. I call it the filming forest because each idea is like a tree, and then when there's like a part 2 or like a tangential idea to that original idea, that's kind of like a family tree. I realise only saying this out loud that I sound like an idiot, but it works. I use this database for organising and keeping track of all my ideas. So I can see the progress for each idea through this little drop-down menu. I can see which ones are being written, which ones are being filmed, which ones are edited, and which ones have been uploaded. I can also make any quick notes on the idea and the progress in this little window so I can keep everything on schedule. All of my videos start here in the brain dump. This is something I took from when I used to bullet journal, and I think it's perfect for getting your ideas off the ground. This part is supposed to be super messy and very disorganized because none of your ideas will ever come out fully formed. But it's always better to write a bad idea in full and then fix it later, rather than having to start from scratch every single time. With this block of text, sometimes it can be pretty incoherent even to yourself, so this is a perfect time to use Notion AI. Here you can highlight this brain dump section and use a prompt like this. Rewrite this text into actionable steps. Notion AI then summarizes this and creates the main points from your big block of nonsense. And sometimes it even reframes these points in a more clear way for your audience than you might have even been able to do, which is actually very helpful. The same approach can be used for writing YouTube titles, which we know are very important these days. I always try to write 3 different title themes for each video. Sometimes you're working with one title while you're writing the video, and then before you film it, you realize a different title would work, and then after you filmed it, another title seems like a better idea. The key here is to write a lot of bad titles so you can find the diamond in the rough and hopefully get a good title for your video. But if you're struggling with getting lots of ideas out or you're stuck to one idea, this is when you can use the Notion AI chat feature. So I can ask, write some photography YouTube titles based on what's in my camera bag, but make it spicy. The AI will then write a list of 10 spicy titles based on that topic. I'd always take some of these titles, throw them into your project, and then use these as jumping off points to find a title that suits your style and your video. This is one of my finished scripts. Yes, I write in a board horizontally.
I got a C in English, okay? Ma posso scrivo in italiano?
Writing dialogue for your idea might be challenging. Some people like to use bullet points, but I prefer to have dialogue ready so I can actually see there's a full video there without any guesswork. And remember, it's always better to write a bad idea in full and then fix it than to have no idea at all. If you are really stuck on some of your dialogue, you can then copy some of this into Notion AI and then ask it to help you rewrite some of this text, but make it more engaging while maintaining your original tone. Doing this can be really helpful for reframing and making your idea a bit more exciting, but make sure you're staying on track to the core of your actual idea. I take my dialogue here and any specific points that need original B-roll and then put these up here in my shot list. This is usually very important for my intros and any specific points of my script where I need original B-roll that I can't source from like old B-roll I've shot before or things that I'm going to use from the internet. Within my shot lists, I also have a little drop down menu for the shot type as well as a little drop down menu for the shot location. And then I have like the dialogue box where the dialogue from the A-roll goes, and then the description where I describe the shot and what's happening in the shot. When I'm setting up shots on my own, having the Notion app on my phone is invaluable to be able to stay on track. This means that I can shoot the shots per location and the setup, and I think this is the quickest way to get things done more efficiently. Especially when you're setting up a silly shot like this, or like this, or if you're trying to set up a bunch of different shots to create a very short but snappy intro. The only way to get all this done as one person is to have these things organized. Otherwise, it's going to be quite sloppy when you put it together, so having these things organized in one place and actually plan ahead of time as one person is the way to do this better. Otherwise, it's not going to come together very well at all. You can sign up for Notion using the link in the description of this video, and you can get started completely for free using their personal plan, which is more than what you need for getting started. I hope you enjoyed this slightly different video. I always like to show a little bit behind the scenes of how I do things, and if you want to see another video kind of similar to that, check out this one over here.